Have you felt like you're in a labyrinth lately, trying to figure out what fish will suit your aquarium? Guess I can help you with that through this video. If you're finding a kind of tropical fish that came from the Osphronemidae family and have the most colorful and fascinating features, this fish right in front of you is exactly what you should be looking for. Meet the Gourami fish, a popular aquarium fish originating in South and Southeast Asian countries. These beautiful species come in all colors and sizes, from the tiny sparkling gourami at 1.5 inches to the giant gourami at over 2 feet long. The variety of these fish are all amazing. That's why if you want to try petting one in your tank, stay tuned on this video because I'll be spilling out the 14 peaceful gourami fish for your aquarium that you can choose from as a hobbyist. And to not make you wait any longer, we'll start with the honey gourami. Sweet as it sounds, this fish known as honey gourami is a great species to start this list. It is a very peaceful fish species that is excellent for beginners. The male honey gourami is much smaller than the female and has bolder colors, but they are both great looking fish. Honey gouramis are excellent nanofish that can keep on their own or in a small group. Second on our list is the shining, shimmering, sparkling gourami. The sparkling gourami has bold looks accentuated by the gleaming iridescent turquoise sheen on their body and fins. These fish are very peaceful and can be timid if kept with other fish that are larger and more boisterous than themselves. But this fish must avoid being with shrimp as they are quite the little hunters. The next fish is no surprise that it reaches our third spot. Meet the Licorice Gourami. The Licorice Gourami is a spectacular species suited to nano tanks because they stay under 2 inches long and aren't very active. These fish are a little tricky to feed because they tend to reject prepared meals like flakes and pellets but require daily feedings of live and frozen foods like the brine shrimp. Fourth is the ever-precious Pearl Gourami. Like this fish's name, Pearl Gourami makes a fantastic centerpiece fish. The male Pearl Gourami is a little more colorful than the female and has extended fins, but they are both excellent fish for beginners, and with a lifespan of up to 10 years, they make fantastic pets. If you're feeding blue, this fifth fish named Blue Gourami will make you happy. This type of fish has a beautiful color morph of the popular 3-spot gourami. Blue gourami are stunning fish that can be semi-aggressive with each other, especially when breeding. They are still an incredible species that provide a big enough tank and understand their territorial temperament. Sixth on our spot is the odd-looking kissing gourami. You might wonder where this fish got its name. These fish have puckered mouths and even come together to lock lips, representing social or even breeding functions and feeding on algae and plants. Awesome, right? Kissing gouramis are another species that can be pretty aggressive with other fish, so careful planning is necessary before adding them to community tanks. Giant than the others, meet the giant gourami. This fish is a massive species that can live for 20 years. They are very hardy and equally peaceful but tends to eat fish that are small enough to swallow whole. The giant gourami grows fast to over 2 feet in length and need plenty of space, so make sure you are prepared before bringing one of these gentle giants home. Before we go on with the list, make sure to like this video and leave a thumbs up below. It would also be fantastic if you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel and scan through our website at aquariumstoredepot.com to be updated with the latest aquarium related topics daily. Going back to our 8th spot, it will go to the powder blue Dwarf Gourami. The electric blue color and red accents feature of this fish have made them a stunning choice for a nano aquarium. The powder blue Dwarf Gourami are pretty shy and territorial, so they should only be kept with other peaceful fish. The females are exceptionally gentle and the best choice for community setups, but you can keep this stunning fish in pairs given that you have a large aquarium. Snakeskin Gourami will serve its beauty on our 9th spot. The Snakeskin Gourami is the least colorful but makes a beautiful community fish due to its peacefulness. But they may swallow smaller fish, and your plants might get snacked on too. Snakeskin fish are pretty large fish that needs plenty of space to thrive. That's why a nano aquarium may not be a good choice. Gold Gourami never gets old for our 10th spot. The Gold Gourami is also a variant of the 3-spot Gourami species. These eye-catching fish have a rich golden yellow color with beautiful marbling and spots on their fins and body. Surprisingly, these fish have the exact care needs as blue gouramis, the regular 3-spot gourami, and opaline gourami. Bright as the stars at night, Moonlight Gourami shines in our list. The Moonlight Gourami might have a little less color than some other species, but it makes up for it with an extra long feeler and amazing silvery blue-green shine. They also do great in community tanks and can be kept in pairs or small groups in a big enough tank. If we moonlighted just a while ago, we have Sunset Gourami right now. These golden orange Sunset Gourami is one of the best gouramis for a community tank and can be kept in groups without aggression between themselves or their tank mates. The Sunset Gourami is often confused with the sunset variety of the honey gourami, so be sure your fish is correctly labeled. Next on our list is the Flame Dwarf Gourami. These fish have spectacular colors and differ from the regular dwarf gourami in having more solid coloration. The body color of the Flame Gourami is a brilliant golden orange in contrast to the dorsal fin, which is electric blue. Dwarf gouramis can also make good tank mates for angelfish. And now, for the last spot on our list, I present the Blue Paradise Gourami. Having these fish in your tank is a paradise in disguise because these feisty little species have fantastic color and a good tolerance for cooler water. But they can get pretty aggressive around breeding time. That's why the ideal stocking is one male with 2 or more females, because males kept together will only cause a fight. Now that you already know what gourami fish you'll try to add to your tank, it's best to teach you the basics of how to take care of it. Be prepared to list some of the highlights. I'll be starting to provide these beautiful fish the care they need. Let's go on with the first one. Keep in mind the aquarium maintenance. You will need to perform a weekly or twice monthly water change to manage the nitrates in your water and remove all the solid waste particles. To do this, you'll need a gravel vacuum to suck up the waste and the old water, and ideally, you want to keep your nitrate levels down to 30 ppm or less. Before adding new water to the tank, ensure it is at a similar temperature to the old water. Use a conditioner to neutralize any harmful chemicals dissolved in your tap water. Next is gourami behavior and feeding. Most types of gourami are peaceful fish, but some can be semi-aggressive around breeding time. So don't put 3 or more males in a nano tank, as they tend to become territorial and fight when space is limited. Also, most gouramis are omnivorous, which means they feed on plant and animal matter. Although it shouldn't be seen as aggressive behavior, some of the larger species might snack on smaller fish and fry if they can. So freshwater shrimp can also be part of the menu. Another thing you should consider is breeding your gouramis. Gouramis are relatively easy to breed and do an excellent breeding project. Before attempting to produce your fish, getting them in a top physical condition is very important. You can improve their diet with more live foods and vegetables. A shallow breeding tank of just 6 inches or so is the ideal setup. The water flow should be slow, so an air-powered sponge filter is perfect for this low water volume. These fish build their bubble nests on floating plants in nature, and this works great in the aquarium too. Once the eggs have hatched, you can feed the free-swimming fry some liquid fry foods. Like most other fish, gouramis also need tank mates. Most type of gourami will do great in a community tank with other community fish. Choosing compatible, similar size, and peaceful tank mates is always essential. Some species that make an ideal tank mate for more peaceful gouramis are cardinal tetras and other schooling fish, dwarf cichlids, corridorus catfish, autosynclus catfish, danios, rasparas, and loaches. Gouramis are indeed an incredible and often underrated tropical aquarium fish for you to try. There are so many types of gourami to choose from and species or breeds to suit just any tank. But different types of gourami vary significantly in size, so selecting the right tank size depends on the species you keep. Some dwarf species, like the sparkling gourami, will do great in a 10-gallon tank, while the giant gourami will need 250 gallons or more. For example, most average-sized species, like the pearl gourami, will do best in a 30-gallon tank or more significant. If you're looking for a new centerpiece for your tank, like these gouramis, you can buy livestock online with our trusted retailers like flipaquatics.com, which stocks a great range of gouramis at great prices. Have you fallen in love with the Gouramis as much as we do? Tell us about your favorite fish in the comments below. Make sure to follow our YouTube channel for daily updates on aquarium related topics. I hope to see you in our next video, friends. Thank you for watching.